Okay, so I'm going to bake some sourdough tomorrow. So this is kind of where I start. So I've got my jar of starter and I had a clean jar which had nothing in it. So what I did is I took this out of the fridge for a few hours to let it come to room temperature. I had just a very, so you can see where the rubber band was. That's about how much I had in there. So what I wanted to do is take most of it out and pop it in this jar here, which is going to be my discard jar. So if you go over here to the notes, I want to bake tomorrow morning, so I'm going to use this feeding ratio here. You don't have to have the measurements exact, but what I did is I took out of here most of my starter. I've popped it in here. I've put the lid on tightly, and this is now my discard. You can throw it away though, but I don't because you can bake with it. So I'm popping that in the fridge, and that just goes away for another time. In here, I don't know why that just went out of focus and fuzzy. There we go. So in here, I was left with about 10 grams. So what I did is I popped it on my scales and I measured out my flour. I tipped my flour into here and my water. I get water from the jug or from the tap, filtered water only. I did quite a big feed. So I did roughly 60 grams of flour, 60 grams of water. But what I like to do, so if you can see here, that's what it says on here. 60 and 60 makes roughly 125 grams of starter to use tomorrow morning. But what I do is, I don't know if you can get in here and have a look, is I like mine to be really thick. So I have found just from baking quite a few loaves of bread that I find that if you do more flour to water, make a thicker consistency, your starter ends up, or your bread I should say, ends up better. So I did roughly 60 grams of flour into here and about 55 grams of water. Now, I don't know, let's have a look. So let's get in there and have a look. So that's really, really thick, like almost you can't, like it's just really, really thick. So after I've given that a good stir, I'm going to pop my rubber band back on. I'm going to keep it on the bench overnight, and then I'll make another video in the morning and I'll show you how much it's risen. So as you can see, that's how much is in there now, and it should probably rise up, I'm guessing, to about there by the morning. So I'll do another video in the morning and show you what it looks like, and then I'll show you how to make your loaf of bread from it.